Hello everyone, welcome back to another match reaction. Arsenal have just lost to Liverpool 1-0 at Anfield, and for me, very frustrating and very disappointing. The whole game for me was just frustrating from the start, from the lineup to the end. Like today was just not a good day. I know it's only game week 3, but it just felt to me that we are seeing the exact same things we saw today as we saw last season. A team that basically feels like they're playing not to not lose as opposed to playing to win. And I think unfortunately today Arteta had a big impact in today's result. And usually I don't always blame him. Like I don't blame him many times in terms of our performances. But today I felt like he had a big part in today's result. I mean, going to Anfield with three defensive midfielders, knowing that Liverpool are not at the strongest point right now, going to Anfield with three defensive midfielders, what was that about? Like maybe I think his intention was to try exploit Liverpool's weakness is in set pieces, in long balls. But what about our strengths? Why didn't Arteta play towards Arsenal's strengths right now? I don't know. Like, how can you have Eze, Martin Odegaard, one year we all on the bench, and you come out in your lineup as your three midfielders, as three defensive midfielders? How can you leave all three out and go play Mikel Merino? And I'm not trying to blame it all on Mikel Merino, but Mikel Merino plays better as a striker than he does as a midfielder. But I just felt like it's the same exact things we're seeing from last season. The same thing. Like a lack of urgency, late substitution. I mean, Martinelli today. Why is Martinelli and Mikel Merino both staying on to the 70th minute? Why does every single sub with Arteta need to be around the 75th minute mark? Like, why are we so predictable? Today he went a bit early, he went 5 minutes early. But why is it always around that same mark, like the 75th minute? What's any player going to do in 15 to 20 minutes? I mean, it takes any player off the bench 10 minutes to even get into the game. And like then the rest of the game, they have 5-10 minutes of what's any player going to do? You have a squad. Why not use the squad? Why is Arteta so reluctant to utilize the squad? We bought so many players this season. And look, this game was a 50-50. Look, no team, I don't think any team was that much better than the other one. And I think the first half, honestly, I think Arsenal we probably were the better team. And I think Liverpool fans would agree that we were the better team. Second half, yes, they were the better team. But even the first half, it just felt a bit too predictable with Arsenal sometimes. It felt like Arsenal were always trying to play out for the corners instead of actually trying to score from open play. You know, the first half, Madueke was probably the best player. He beat Kirkers a few times, and he was honestly the only reliable outlet in that first half. Although his end product at sometimes was lacking, and I did anticipate his end product was going to be lacking, he was probably our best player in that first half. Gyökeres today, let's talk about Gyökeres. Look, he didn't do much, but I can't blame Gyökeres. When what is he supposed to do? This guy has three defensive midfielders behind him. What on earth is he going to do? We know what type of striker he is. He needs supply, and we didn't supply him at all today. And like for me, it just doesn't make sense. Why sign Gyökeres? We also knew what type of striker Gyökeres is. So why did you sign Gyökeres? Why did Arteta sign Gyökeres if this is the style we're gonna play? Why don't we just go and sign another, I don't even know, like a Joe Linton type of striker that can just header the ball and, you know, just I don't even know. Like, what was the point of that? You signed a striker that needs service and you don't play towards his strength. You're literally handicapping him by giving him three defensive midfielders behind him. He's not a Roberto Firmino who's gonna, or Gabriel Jesus who's gonna drop into midfield, drop a shoulder, beat three men, and then put a top bins. Like, we know what type of striker he is, and it just doesn't make sense how Arsenal and Arteta are trying to utilize him. And today, Martinelli, not good enough. Absolutely not good enough in that first half. Even the whole game, he just wasn't good enough. Breaking down the attacks. Every time he gets the ball, he was breaking down the attack, making the wrong decision. That first half, he had like a chance. He didn't shoot, he didn't cross, he didn't do anything. It was a goal kick. What you're telling me, Eze, however, I don't even know if it was match fit or wherever it was. He clearly is match fit because he played for Crystal Palace. He's not good enough. He's not ready enough to play ahead of Martinelli. And for me, Liverpool were there for the taking in that first half. We ended that half the better team. And at the start of the second half, that's when we should have brought on Odegaard and Eze. That's when we should have brought on the rest of the team. Players that can actually make a difference. But it seemed like what we did instead, we just waited. We just waited and waited and waited. And it just seemed like Arteta was so fixated on trying to not lose the game as opposed to, you know, trying to win the game. And you have Odegaard, you have Eze, You have 1 year even on the bench, and it took you to the 70th minute until Liverpool started, building up some momentum to make a substitution. Like, why are we not proactive in the substitution? Why are we not making substitution at the start of the half where Liverpool was still there for the taking? And I know the free kick, look, it was a brilliant goal by Szoboszlai. What a free kick, by the way. But you look at the goal, right? Even look at how the free kick was earned, okay? They got a foul on the edge of the box. And the reason why they got a foul across near the edge of the box was because of the fact that they were playing direct. Van Dijk made a straight pass into, literally a direct pass into the heart of the pitch. Okay, and that's how they got the foul. In the second half, did you even see us doing that? It was literally pass side to side, side to side. Not once, maybe once or twice did we pass it. Did we try to pass it to the center, but the rest of the time was passing it side to side, and it was literally just hoof ball. Every time David Villa gets the ball, hoof it to Madueke, hoof it to Martinelli, hope they somehow can control it or do something. And Villa, by the way, this game, oh my days, the amount of times this guy was putting the team under unnecessary pressure so many times. That first half, he almost made us concede a goal with another hospital pass. It's not the first time he's done it. This guy's done it many times. He gives players these hospital passes in situations where the players are literally, they shouldn't even be getting the ball, and he passes it to them. He did the same thing against Liverpool at Anfield last season. If you go watch it, it's when Mikel Merino got red carded. He did the same pass. He did it against Real Madrid, and you would think by now this guy would learn from it, but he doesn't. He keeps on doing the same thing. Now, I don't know if it's tactical or he's been told to go short, but sometimes there has to be some initiative. You can see we are being crowded out, and you are putting players into dangerous positions unnecessarily when they don't have to. And then, of course, after Liverpool score, every Arsenal fan knew it was done. It was over. Arteta then proceeds to bring on Max Dowman, which for me just didn't make any sense. Madueke was the best forward player for us, and you bring on Max Dowman, and that's what made no sense. It was literally too little, too late. What was the point of that now? You want to throw the sink at Liverpool when there's 1 minute left to go. Like, explain to me how that makes sense. There's 1 minute or 5 minutes left to go, and that's when you want to decide to take off the handbrake. And for me, it's the result as well as the performance. Like, how can you go against your rivals, Liverpool, your title rivals, Liverpool, and be so conservative? Be so conservative and be so cautious, be so slow, and still end up losing. It didn't make sense. Like, Newcastle troubled Liverpool more than we did, and Newcastle were playing with 10 men, and they were more of a threat. It just felt so frustrating. It felt like Arsenal were playing with their handbrake, and I don't know what the game plan was, but it was clear after the 70th minute or like 60th minute, the plan was so clear. It was to play for the draw. And what happened was Liverpool grew into the game and they scored. They benefit from it. With Arsenal, it was the same story. It was the same exact story. And I know some fans are saying we played better and whatever. Like, I do not care. I don't care about playing better. Playing better is not going to get you the 3 points. So what? We played better. Who's walking away with 3 points? Liverpool are. So I'd rather be in their position. He has been given the players now. Arteta has been given the players he wanted. How can we, 6 years in, still be at a point where we're still playing this type of football? Why are we not utilizing our strengths? Why are Arsenal not playing towards their strength? It feels like sometimes this team is just afraid to go for it. Not bringing on Odegaard or Eze on earlier is absolutely clueless, because you can 100%, I'm telling you now, Odegaard's been called up for his national team. He's 100% playing 90 minutes for Norway. So what was the point of that? We wrapped him up so he can go play against Norway. And now the more negative things, we got more injuries. Saliba came off the 4th minute, and you just feel like the injuries are just not stopping. Timber even had a knock at the end of the second half or something. Maybe the 87th minute he had a knock. He didn't look too well. But yeah, I don't even know our injury record. It's just like an injury after injury. And I did say, to be honest, in my preview, I did say that even if we lose this game, whichever team lost the game, it's not the end of the season. But for me, I just want to see something different. Yes, I know some fans might say I'm overreacting, and I do acknowledge, look, it's only 3 games in. The season's not defined in 3 games, and there's going to be a lot more games. Liverpool are going to drop points, and there's going to be games where Arsenal, gain points. But it's just, I want to see something different. 6 years in, like, I want to see some desire, like the Arsenal show that they want to go win this game instead of trying to play it safe constantly. And it's not the end of the world, but the truth is we can't keep playing like this 6 years in. We have to see some change. Like, so frustrating for me, it's a derby against your title rivals. And so you go out there, you should go out there and make a statement. Instead, you went to war. Arsenal literally went to war. What I felt like, we went to war with a knife and fork, and Liverpool had a spear. That's what it felt like. I felt like we didn't want to scratch them too much. The only positive really is Mascara, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He looked good when he came on, and especially in that moment, it was going to be a tough game, but I think he settled in really well. Coming on at Anfield is of course always going to be a difficult task, but look, it's not the end of the world. Manchester City have had situations where they don't win at Anfield and they go on to win the league, but just with us, I just wanted to see something different, man. I just wanted to see some like fight to actually go win the game instead of trying to play it safe all the time. I thought we'd be past this stage right now. We're not at the second year of Arteta's reign, so I don't know, man. But yeah, it's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the performance? For me, I don't know. I'm still thinking that we just didn't give all. I think the team 100% had more to give, but as usual, same stuff we're seeing as last season. Just almost like hesitant to actually go try win the game. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.